Alright, hello, welcome to the post-op nasty inspection of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, was that right?
That was right.
Let's go, okay.
Intro card.
We're professionals.
Alright,
what
so
am I doing
Suicide
first?
Squad.
We didn't talk about this.
No, we didn't really plan this. I mean, it's kind of what the people expected, right? Just kind of, this is more of an impromptu, non-official review.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not game critics. We just play the game and talk about if we had fun.
Wait, we had fun?
Spoiler alert. We had fun and enjoyed the game. We liked the game.
Impossible.
Oh, it's possible. So gameplay. You want to start there?
Yeah, let's start with gameplay. Sorry, slip. As a matter of fact, let's start with what we're doing right now, traversal.
Well, you know how everyone plays the same, right? Everyone's the exact same.
Exactly, no difference. Honestly, really lame. Not even fun to run around.
Yeah,
just
exact
terrible.
same. I mean, look, you got Harley Quinn right here doing backflips, swinging on a rope. Like, everybody does that. Like, then you go to King Shark right here. Look at him. He's jumping, and he's got a slam and like an air dash. That's the exact same as Harley.
Honestly. And then Boomerang, who also like kind of has an air dash, pretty much the same as King Shark. There is no difference.
Yeah.
Nor the super speed, of course. But and then Deadshot.
Yeah, he's got a jetpack. Neither one of us played as I almost called him Jetpack. As Deadshot. No, but the traversal in this game is a lot of fun.
Genuinely.
And every character and every character does feel different. Now, is it different in the sense that it's going to take you hundreds of hours to master each character? No. But it's different enough that you're definitely going to have a preference and be better with one than you would the others.
Each character feels distinct, is what we're getting at. Like, they're different enough, so you're not going to feel like you're playing the same exact person no matter who you choose.
Yeah. Like, I'll use King Shark and Harley for example again. You saw me do the leap a few moments ago, right? Obviously, Harley can't do that, but she can just shoot a grappling hook and instantly go up and then launch herself over the edge of the building. King Shark can't do that. So you do have to play them a little bit differently. And their traversal also does link into the combat as well. See what I did there? Did you see that little segue I did?
I like it.
Little segue.
Give me my cheeks. God, I hate these allegations.
No, not even in the review video.
I hate this game.
It's not the game's fault.
I'm gonna blame this game from now on.
So Harley swings off the bat drone, right?
Swing off your drone, damn it!
Hop off the meat, man. But one thing Harley can do is just swing, stop. Look at that. I'm just suspended in midair right now.
Yep.
She could just be suspended. Eventually it breaks, right? Deadshot, he can just kind of hover for a little bit. Pretty sure Boomerang and King Shark can't do that shit, right? Like they don't have any way to hover.
We are like strict ground characters. Boomerang's whole thing is blitzing around. I'm assuming King Shark is probably more of like a head straight guy, like go straight into the action. No need to run around.
And then Harley's more of just like kind of a mix between King Shark and Boomerang. because she can rush in, but also kind of just supposed to be a nuisance to look at. Like,
not to mention she also has like, she again, like you said, she's kind of a mix of everyone. She also has Deadshot's ability of hovering over the enemy.
yeah, but that doesn't mean just because Deadshot and Harley can hover that they play the same. Because
Not at all.
Deadshot has access to assault rifles and snipers. Harley doesn't. So when you hear people say that all characters play the same, they fundamentally can't because of their traversal, and they don't have access to the same weapons. Like, if I'm playing as Harley, there's nothing I can do to snipe. The closest I can do is get a pistol and just try to line up shots. Are you staring at my ass?
Nope, I would not do that.
And you're desperately trying to beat these allegations.
Speaking of
Allegations?
anyway, shooting, I guess. How does the shooting feel?
I mean, the shooting, it feels like how you would expect, It's a third-person shooter. It's going to feel pretty, I'm going to say, pretty factory standard. Like, there's like some
non-insulting way. It's simple generic. It's what you would expect.
Because there's not really many ways you can improve it. Like, third-person shooting, I feel, is kind of just where it's going to be. And there are some slight things that are different. Here, I'll show you on screen. You see when I reload, there's that little bar. You time it to get, like, a critical reload kind of thing. Similar to how it was in Gears of War, if you've ever played that. There's grenades too. They're on circle or B, depending on your controller. Problem is, I like to just mash circle to get out of menus, and I just end up tossing my grenade.
That's for mine too. Also different types of grenades.
You just goo everywhere.
Yes.
Look at him, he's gooing.
One thing that I in the combat is the afflictions, which is that green stuff you guys saw from my grenade, and I'm pretty sure, does your grenade have an affliction? Or is
It's
it
just kind of a big ass nuke. It has a snowflake symbol next to it, so maybe.
Yeah. Afflictions, a surprisingly, like, fun part about this game. I kind of wish we would have utilized more in the story.
Yeah. So for our story mode playthrough that we did, it was just the story mode. I think we did maybe 2 or 3 side missions. So, I've only played the story mode for this. I haven't done the end game yet. I mean, I'm busy. Okay, fuck off. I got shit going on. And that's not directed towards you, Eddie. That's directed towards anybody who's watching this and like, oh, it's reviewing the game, hasn't done the end game. Fuck you.
I'm assuming they're planning more afflictions, but it honestly really is fun to play with. Fire sets people on fire, go figure. The frozen stuff freezes people, go figure. The electrical gives you instant critical hits, which is really nice. You got the green stuff, which crazes your enemies and make them attack each other. It's that kind of thing. Honestly, there's another one, and I cannot remember, so that's all we're going to cover on that.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and I realized we forgot something about the traversal. It's something I've been doing this entire bit.
The sliding.
You have a slide, so you can carry momentum if you land on the ground, and then you can double jump. Different characters get better use out of the slide than others. So, like Harley, for example, you can see right there, she has a time for when she could swing again. But if she hasn't touched the ground, you see it's a slower timer. But when you hit the ground, you want to keep your momentum. You can just slide, and then it resets the timer. And
so there's just a little bit of mastery.
And if you're curious, her timer does also get reset if you do that launch from the grappling hook.
Whoever said Boomerang was the fastest, screw you. Whoever said Harley Quinn's traversal sucked, screw you.
Yeah, that's just a skill issue. Like in our playthrough, like there were multiple times I beat you to places just because Harley's traversal is sometimes better.
Like in a short distance, yeah, fair, Boomerang, but in most long distance things, Harley Quinn takes it because she can swing over the buildings that I have to run up.
And then I can just grappling hook just straight to the top of them and then just launch off. So there is, you know, some sort of like, I want to say mastery because that sounds kind of douchey, but it kind of is. You have to learn the character. Yeah, skill issue. You have to learn your character's traversal to blend it in with the combat. And like towards the end of the series, there were a lot of times I would just do this shit, just stop, just float, and just shoot with my minigun.
Yeah, I can only stay in the air for so long. It's not a hover. I just fall.
Oh, and you have a slide if you press it on your left stick, or not slide. I guess it's a dodge. I don't know. I never spent a whole lot of time on the ground.
I do. It's a dodge.
Like, whenever we were in combat, I spent a lot of time just like swinging, double jumping, shooting, getting my swing back, double jump, shooting, launching off a thing, shooting, double jump, swing. Like it's a. I don't know, you got time shit.
That reminds me of something else that's kind of a big part of combat. Melee. Almost forgot that.
Didn't use it a whole lot, gonna be honest.
That would make sense because the melees are surprisingly different. Boomerang's is ranged. He has a ranged melee.
I have, sometimes it's a bat, sometimes it's a hammer, but Harley's pretty frail, so...
Yeah, so it's a lot easier for me to like be jumping over someone and throw a boomerang out versus playing as like King Shark or Harley who have to get up close to melee someone.
Yeah.
It's also how you get shield back. Real quick on the shield thing. Is that genuinely the reason people are comparing this game to Fortnite? Because I got nothing. I still can't figure it out.
Well, they put the Fortnite characters in this game.
Oh, please.
Don't you know that these are Fortnite characters first? God.
Boomerang and Fortnite win, actually.
I might buy that skin. Actually, yeah, I would buy that skin.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to cover. We covered grenades, we covered the shooting, we covered the melee. Shield drivers thing is fine.
So some enemies have like special conditions, like they have a shield on them. So instead of just holding down, voice crack, your left trigger, and then shooting them, you have to press, for me it's R1, I'm on PlayStation 5, and you shoot out a blue attack, and it breaks their shield. That's about it, right?
Yeah, do we want to talk about enemy variety? I'm trying to stick on like the gameplay for now.
Well, yeah, we do enemy variety. There's your
standard grunt enemy.
Yeah, your grunt enemy, your sniper guy, your big boy, your fast cunt.
There's helicopters, which are annoying as that. You know, one thing I've realized playing any game, everyone complains about the snipers a lot, like that I've seen. There's a dog barking. I'm horrifically sorry. Worst times.
Which one
anyway,
is that, Nova?
That was Scrappy. He ain't even in the room. He just likes to be a nuisance. But everyone's like, oh yeah, snipers are annoying. As someone that's constantly blitzing around, it's not that hard to dodge a sniper for me. I get that other people may not have, you know, as easy of a time.
As someone who doesn't have super speed, I get fucked.
With that said, the helicopter is surprisingly an issue because it can just unload on my ass while I'm running. Wait, phrasing. Phrasing.
Dude, come on.
I can't win.
You're not
That
beating the allegations.
let me go. I just anyway. The big guys can also be a problem because some of them bombard you, and it covers a surprisingly large area. Like they just blow up all over. They the area I'm in tends to get blown up.
What he's trying to say is Andy's busy getting blown out in the meat, and he
No.
just. Okay, so there's different enemy type. You can see there's a Green Lantern helicopter.
Flash enemies that just run around super fast. Fun fact that you and I didn't get to see, which is really weird, but there's Batman enemies.
Really?
Yeah, I know. I was surprised too. They're invisible. You can't suicide strike them either. They're just invisible. You have to just catch them off guard or find out where they're aiming at you from, and blow them up and shoot them. So they're sneaky.
All right. Good to know.
Let me tell you, a big invisible guy was probably the most terrifying thing I've ever ran into because I didn't know where his fat ass was before it landed on me.
Look at that helicopter. Yeah, and everyone has glowy weak points. Oh my god, that's been an option this entire time?
What?
Okay, you're gonna see me do this in the video. I accidentally pressed in on the right stick. That zooms in while you're aiming.
You know, I never noticed that, but it makes sense because I don't really need to use it.
Yeah, I never once needed to zoom in, so I never tried anything. All right, so that's a combat feature. Look at that.
For those of you who need to aim a little bit more in, there you go.
So, is that all we have for like combat gameplay?
I'm trying to see. Let me go look at the list that I have. Technically, yes. Is Boss Fight's more of a story thing, or is it more of a combat thing? I don't know. Like,
I'd say it's more of a story thing.
okay.
I think one thing we could talk about that's not on the list is it relates to gameplay, just the environment. We're in Metropolis,
Right.
and if you look around, you can see, some familiar things like, look, Luther Financial, and then Booster Gold, more Lex Luthor. Pretty sure Green Arrow has a building around here somewhere.
Yeah, there's also Armored Tech, which makes some of the guns we have. Savannah Industries, which is the guy who owns the Gauntlet. You got Stag. There's a Bruce Wayne something or another around here.
Isn't it a bank or something?
Yeah. So, like, I get it. I don't know what they expected, but I know one of the complaints was like, oh, city's generic. I'm going to have to disagree. I think they put some care into the city. They tried their best to make it as Metropolis as they could.
Yeah. And it's filled with things that, if you're familiar with the source material, you understand. Like, Booster Gold... Like, Booster Gold isn't mentioned in the story at all. Spoilers. So, when you see that, if you don't know who that is, that means nothing to you. Oliver Queen, he's mentioned in a Riddler mission. That's about it. So...
And we'll see him in the future. Look it up. More on that later. God, I hope we don't see him. I take that back. I don't actually want to see Green Arrow.
Probably get murdered.
Do we want to talk about bugs in the gameplay bit? Or do you want to save that? Because I know one of the big bugs we ran into was from your end on the Superman fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll save it for, like, when it's necessary. Like, I'll mention the Superman thing when we get there. So, the other, basic gameplay, traversal, combat stuff we have is just Riddler missions. Right? So, These are
Right.
like the one that I have on screen right now. It's just a little traversal challenge, and it recommends what character you play as, and you get cosmetics for it. You jump through green hoops. That's about it. That said, like here it recommends you play as Captain Boomerang. You can attempt it with whatever character. Like I did most of these as Harley, but there are some of them. I think it's a King Shark one right here. Yeah, this one. I tried it like 5 or 6 times as Harley. There's a couple of jumps she just cannot make. So some of them you kind of will have to switch to the actual character. There's little Riddler trophies that are scattered around. Those are just little collectibles you can grab. And then, depending on the area, there will be different amounts of like actual riddles to solve. And those are just you kind of walk up and take a picture of a thing that Riddler talks about. Like, is there? So when I have it done,
If you play the Arkham games, it's just that.
here if we go over here, I can play the audio for it.
I'm for it. Let's go.
But Riddler just
While we're running up. Yep.
Oh. I was going to say, Riddler just describes something, and then you go take a picture of it. That's about it.
Yep.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, the things you get for unlocking it, you know, costumes for the races. As far as the trophies and the riddles go, I'm pretty sure you just get codex entries. I don't think you get anything else.
So you can just
I know
like
they're planning. Yeah.
you can just 100% ignore it if you want.
Yeah, there's not like a big rush. You get achievement, and that's about it. For those who are hoping to kill Riddler, there is a reason you don't. They are planning more stuff in the future.
So
they're
you
going to be
just
adding more riddles.
so you just heard Riddler said a riddle, something about like civic pride. You just have to go find the thing, take a photo. Some of them are easier than others.
It's that, in case you're curious. The answer to the riddle is the Metropolis sign.
Where is it? What? Ah. Yeah, some of them are easier than others. Like there's one, it was like a gold statue of our big hero. It's like, yeah, it's the giant Superman statue. There's. You see, tried to take the photo there, said it's incomplete, so you got to get a different pose.
You can come stand down here and just take a picture of the giant O, and I'm pretty sure it counts. They don't even want the whole sign, they just want one. Some of them more finicky than others.
So I feel like that's it for. We did the gameplay, world, traversal, combat.
Missions and objectives, I guess. Want to talk more about that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about the side stuff, because I've only done the campaign. Oh, this is one of the trophies. Yeah, there it is.
Side stuff is you and I pretty much. The unfortunate bit is you and I pretty much saw all the types of missions there are. They run us through while you're doing the story, and that's pretty much the rest of the game.
It's kind of like go here, shoot a guy. Yeah.
Survive, protect this objective. It's straightforward. Sometimes they'll have you survive for a certain amount of time. Sometimes they'll have you collect enemies. It's collect enemies. Collect things from dead enemies.
Well, sometimes in the story we had to collect people. We just put them in a quick Pokeball. That's not a joke.
So true.
We Pokeballed some
Protect.
motherfuckers.
Escort, hold down objective. Like, there's variety. It's not like an amazing, like, whoa, there's so much to do. No, it's pretty straightforward objectives.
I mean, and like these are all mission types that you have seen and played before. Like this kind of goes to a greater review of gaming. What other new mission types do you think could exist? It's go here, shoot a guy, grab things sometimes. Like what else could there be? Like it's a shooting game.
I will never know. It's the same with people complaining about the enemy variety. I was like, Okay, I'm not saying they can't add more unique stuff, but like in the base game, what more do you want? The Arkham games all had like, to the top of my mind, mainly just normal thugs. There's a couple different ones, but
Yeah, and Arkham gets credit for building kind of like a whole new combat style, right? It's referred to,
yeah,
people call it Arkham Combat. Well, this isn't, what, that game came out in like '09? Some shit like that?
yeah, I'm pretty sure
It's like,
you're right.
this isn't '09 anymore. It's 2024. When did the first Arkham game come out? I'm actually going to Google that. What was it? Arkham City was the first one?
Arkham Asylum.
Or-
I think you're right.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like it was
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, it was '09. August 25th, 2009. Voice cracked. Shit, that's 2 in one video. This is bad for me.
Okay.
Am I going through puberty again?
I would argue that's more important than me unable to beat the allegation. We should focus on that.
Yeah, that's a problem if you're hanging out with me and I'm just now going through puberty.
Oh no. Oh no.
But then again, if I'm going through puberty again, am I gonna get more hairy? Shit.
Hey, there's a lot of good things about going through puberty a second time. You're gonna grow even more.
My beard
Your
will
gains are gonna
e-
be wild.
Oh, you're right. You are fucking right. Maybe I'll finally be 6 foot.
High reveal.
If I was curious, I'm 5'9". I'm not gonna lie and say I'm 6 foot, even though no one knows what I fucking look like.
The extra inches went somewhere else.
Look, they can hear it in my voice. I am not a 6 foot man, okay? I'm
You sound
5'9",
7'5" to me.
I'm 5'9", got long curly hair, and a shit ton of chest hair, okay? Why are we talking about this?
I was say, how did we get off the review?
I had a voice crack. Anyway,
Nasty, we're professionals.
and we're professionals. Anyway, so now do we talk about story?
Yeah, let's move on to story.
All right, we're going again.
So about that intro for story.
Okay, the story for the game. The game is called Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. That's what happens. We kill the Justice League. I know that was a big thing people were confused about, wondering if it's actually going to happen when the game was announced. Yes. And people got mad that happens. Like, what? They kill the Justice League? Like, yes. It is in the title.
It is as advertised, technically.
Now, we don't kill the Justice League members we would like, okay? Like, the Green Lantern we have to kill is Jon Stewart, and that's the only motherfucker I respect from the Green Lantern Corps, okay? I would much
What about
rather
Guy
kill
Gardner?
Hal Jordan. He's passable. He gets a passing grade. Look, Hal Jordan, I would rather kill him.
Agreed.
Kyle Rayner,
Kill the
he gets passed too.
Come to think of it, maybe more accurate to say Hal Jordan might be the only person from the Green Lantern Corps you want to kill.
Yeah, that's probably better. It's probably a more accurate description.
It's like, Jon Stewart's the only one I respect, and then you list everyone else you respect, and it's just not Hal Jordan?
I immediately list more people I respect.
So come to think of it,
Okay,
I think Hal Jordan's just that way.
Well, how about this? We have to kill Jon Stewart, and he's the GOAT, so I have mixed feelings about that.
That's fair.
On one hand, I'm glad we get to see him, but on the other hand, I don't want to kill him.
Oh, real quick, before we dive into like the other Justice League members, what? Maybe I should wait. Actually, yeah, we're gonna wait. You know, we get to kill Wally, or not Wally. That's the good news. It's not Wally. It's Barry.
It's Barry.
I hate you.
I did that voice earlier, and he, oh man, he did not hit it. You'll see it in the post-credit scene of this video.
Stick around.
So yeah, the game starts off. Wait, continue.
I was gonna say there's only what, 5 Justice League members? 4? 5.
Yeah, I guess we can go ahead and name off the Justice League in this game. So we have Clark Kent, Superman, Bruce Wayne, Batman, which, you know, is the same Batman from the Arkham games. You know, canonically the same guy, same universe. We have John Stewart's Green Lantern, Barry Allen's Flash, and then what's her name as Wonder Woman?
Diana. I want to say Prince. I'm not positive.
Diana. Wish she would crush me with her thighs, lady.
Yo.
All right. You saying you wouldn't? You say
I'm not gonna say. I mean,
you're not beating the allegations. That's all I'm saying. Is if you won't confirm that, you are never beating those allegations.
I mean, I would, bro. I wish you'd beat me.
My
I
dog.
don't think these are healthy allegations.
Okay, so the story, I'm gonna say it's a pretty safe story, and that's not in an offensive way. Like, granted, me and Andy are pretty familiar with the DC Comics source material, so we weren't really surprised by any actions they took. Now, the average person who isn't too familiar, maybe they'll get a little more shock value. But that's just on us personally for knowing a little bit more about, like I said, the source material. So, the 4 of us, the Suicide Squad, which is Harley Quinn, Deadshot, King Shark, and Captain Boomerang, sorry, respect on your name.
Thank you.
They're in Arkham Asylum. Amanda Waller is like, I want to kill the Justice League because Brainiac is taking over them. It's like, all right. She puts bombs in her head and she's like, go kill the Justice League. That's pretty much it. You do different things, meet up with different allies in quotes. You kind of force them into it. You shove bombs in the back of their head, and they have no choice but to work with you. So it's just a Penguin. What's his name? Toyman? Toymaker?
Yeah, Toyman. Also, this Toy Boy.
Lex Luthor shows up. Another Lex Luthor shows up.
Poison Ivy shows up.
As a child. Rick Flag is here.
I like that he said the exact same thing.
What the fuck? Okay, that's
he is. He's here.
Yeah. No doubt he is here. That's getting subtitled. That was not planned at all. Yeah, Rick Flag is here. He's a piece of shit. He's a tool. Anyway, you do various things. You eventually go... The first Justice League member we fight is the Flash. And if you want to talk about that, because you're Captain Boomerang, and they hate each other.
No, by all means. No, that fight tore through me.
They tore you a new asshole, that's what he did.
Genuinely, I don't know. I don't know if it's because he was the first boss or what, but I got beat.
No, he targeted you. I was fine.
I kept getting cornered by tornadoes.
Yeah, the Flash can throw tornadoes.
At one point, he hit me with a super attack, which was some kind of giant ball of energy, hit me dead on, sent me flying into a tornado, and one-shot me. I got comboed by the damn boss.
Well, to be fair, you said he comes fast.
I don't think that warrants him murdering me.
I don't know, man. Like, if you said that about me, we wouldn't have a good rapport for the next few minutes.
I guess that's fair. As far as like the boss fight mechanics go, pretty straightforward. You counter him to power up this anti-speed force attack, pretty much. and then shoot the hell out of him while he's running around.
Yeah. And then he dies. Yeah.
That scene plays, and that's pretty much it. Also, for anyone saying that Boomerang pisses on him, no, he starts to. He stopped. I did not get the piss on the Flash.
We all stop because it's canon. Boomerang is packing some schmeat down there. Like, everyone stops to admire it. That's not a bit. Everyone stops to admire it. Sadly, we don't get to see it.
I wish we would. As a matter of fact, Rocksteady, when you and us, can you just send us a picture of what, like, one of your character designers would think it looks like, please?
You know, the Flash did rip your clothes off, though.
Yeah, no, see, this... I'm
That's
assaulted by the Flash.
That was an interesting combat strat.
Yeah, like, what was the point? Ro could have taken it, and he could have just straight murdered me there, but no.
But weren't you wearing, like, Flash underwear?
Moving on,
They were red with yellow things on it. I couldn't get a good look.
I'm pretty sure they were.
Anyway, after that, you go fight John Stewart. To do that, you get some Yellow Lantern batteries that I think Batman had made, like, in an emergency. Fill him with fear. You fight him. He busts out Susanoo, which, cheating. Okay, cheating. Shortly after that, you see Wonder Woman, who is actually the only one that is not corrupted by Brainiac. I don't think we ever explained that. Brainiac corrupted the Justice League because he wants to create new Kulu, or Kolo, whatever the fuck his plan is. Kolu. That was close. Whatever his plan is called, and he's like, let me corrupt the Justice League, right? Wonder Woman is the only one who is not corrupted because the Flash, before he got corrupted, saved her. So she...
Big up Flash.
Big up Splash. Banging. Big up's running away. Anyway. Where was I going with that?
Wonder Woman not being corrupted. I'm gonna assume you're gonna explain what happened to her next?
Oh yeah, after the Green Lantern fight, Waller tries to nuke us, and then Superman catches it. Great scene with Boomerang involving that. Wonder Woman shows up, gets the bitch smacked out of her by Superman. Oh my god, that was hilarious. They have a whole fight. Wonder Woman's trying to, like, not kill Clark Kent, even though really should. She eventually stabs him in the chest with kryptonite, but he just kind of walks it off, and he just lasers her to ash. So, Superman kills Wonder Woman, and then after that we fight Batman, which is my favorite boss fight. I don't know about yours.
He's not my favorite, but I really like what led up to the boss fight.
Yeah, the lead up to his boss fight was insane.
Genuinely a really fun moment.
You go into the a smaller bat cave he has in Metropolis, and it just gets filled with Scarecrow's fear toxin, and then you fight like a giant demon bat. It's sick. Very visually appealing. And there's like a bunch of different Batman statues that are following you around, but they act like weeping angels from Doctor Who. So when you're not looking at them, they turn and face you. It's sick.
It's a lot of fun.
And then shortly after that, the alternate universe Lex Luthor that we haven't explained yet. Damn, I skipped right over that.
Do they really need to know? Point is, he's from a different universe, which happens after we fight the Flash.
Yeah, so the first time we meet, or one of the first times we meet Corrupted Flash, is when we're trying to recruit this universe Lex Luthor. This one, he's a big boy. I'm telling you, he's got some girth to him. So then, don't sigh. You knew I was going to say it. He's got some girth to him. Flash kills him. Eventually, we get sent to an alternate universe where we find a different Lex Luthor, he's a lot smaller, no girth. Where like this universe was all dick, no cum. This one's all cum.
No dick.
Some of you know what I mean.
In the other universe, the Justice League is different too.
Yeah, in that one, Brainiac's invasion had already happened, and in alternate Earth, it's it's still a Batman, still a Superman. That Wonder Woman is in like silver armor, as opposed to like this one is in gold. It's Hal Jordan's Green Lantern, and it was Wally West, right, as the Flash?
Yeah. Yeah. Good old Wally.
None of that's really important, just felt like sharing.
This is neat.
So shortly after the Batman fight, alternate universe Lex sets up yellow kryptonite for us to go fight the big man himself, Superman. Now that fight, it wasn't bad. I just had some glitches that came up in it that you can see in the episode. I would just get stuck walking, like at this speed. Even if I held the stick fully, tried to jump, do anything, I would just be stuck walking. Like not in a straight line. I could turn. Like I had to wait for someone to hit me, or just sometimes I would just randomly regain control.
That was actually my favorite boss fight, which is why it's very unfortunate that you got stuck walking, because the reason it was my favorite boss fight was because the amount of running I had to do.
Oh yeah, Superman, he hits hard. You can only survive like one hit before dying, I think.
It was fun for me to try to run like hell.
But also, you left me to do the bulk of the damage.
Don't I always?
Yeah, so that kind of leads into a different gameplay thing we didn't talk about. So there's a story score, like scoreboard for different things you did in the story mode, but they never really explained it. But then there was also a scoreboard for whoever got more points on a mission is then squad leader and gets to choose points or choose the next mission. But the game never explained how that worked. And sometimes you would just start out with points. So like you won 99% of the time. I think I only won like 3 times.
That's how it works. It is a neat little like mechanic, especially like the more friends you have.
It does open up that like competition thing, and like good way for you all to like talk shit with each other. But I just genuinely didn't know how the points worked. It's not in any of the tutorials, codex. So, man. Back to the story. After Superman, it's very shortly after that, it's just into a fight with Brainiac. Brainiac, his boss fight, he just copies the Flash. He just turns into a purple Flash, pretty much just fighting him again. I was slightly disappointed by that.
Same here. It was like, I expected him originally to like go through each Justice League member, which would have been cool. But they didn't for some reason. That's one of the things that definitely disappointed me.
Like, I kept waiting, I'm sure you did too, like, at some point in the boss fight, he was going to switch to, like, a purple Green Lantern. Or, purple Lantern, whatever you want to call it. Or a purple Superman, a purple Batman, just something, but...
It's just weird that he would choose the first guy we meet to turn into. I think I know why they did that, which is a little bit concerning, but I'll save that for endgame talk. But it was definitely disappointing. It's pretty much the only difference between that and the Flash fight is there are minions to fight between rounds, and that's just eh.
Yeah, that's...
Eh.
We also got vehicles partway through, and
which was cool.
as far as I've seen, there's only one car in this game, and you only get to use it on select missions, and it dies very quickly. So it's fun while it's there, but it definitely left me wanting to explore with the car more.
Between you and me, I think the side missions, Gizmo side missions specifically, let you use it for a little bit longer. So that's something at least, but it's still not very long.
Yeah, like I did one of those on my own, and it was fun, but
Again, just leaves you wanting more.
and that's about it for the story. I was pretty satisfied with the story overall.
Yeah, I think it was fine. I think. Actually, while we're on the story, do we want to talk about how do we have any specific opinions on the character deaths, like how they handled them? And a lot of people are like, "Oh no, they disrespected all the characters." Eh.
Hmm. I would say Superman's death was the one that it was brushed past the quickest, for sure.
Yeah.
And Superman, he didn't have a whole lot of build up throughout the story, which it's not needed. It would have been kind of annoying if the game was constantly going, "Hey, Superman, he could do this, 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 this." Like, no, like everyone in this universe knows who Superman is. There's no fucking point in talking about it. The only thing about him that really gets brought up is we have to find kryptonite.
Squad is very aware they don't stand a chance in hell against Superman.
Yeah. They are all aware it's above their pay grade, and they are not built like that. I thought Batman's death was handled very well.
Very hot take. I agree with you.
I mean, he was like, so after his boss fight, he's in critical condition, and then he's kept by alternate universe Lex Luthor to try to figure out what changed in his biology with Brainiac's invasion. Because I remember I said that Superman got stabbed in the chest with kryptonite and then used his powers and flew away. So something happened, right? That's why he had to make yellow kryptonite. So after Lex Luthor was done with it, they had to bait Superman out, and the way it was done was with Harley starting like this whole speech and then shooting him in the face.
Which I guess is why everyone found it so disrespectful. Like, oh, why did Harley kill him? She has the biggest attachment?
She has the biggest attachment. He is corrupted by Brainiac, so if he ever got healed, they were going to have to fight him again. There was no saving him. And we didn't mention this, but we know there's no saving the Justice League because when at some point early on, the Flash gets tied up by Wonder Woman by the lasso of truth. She asks, "How do I kill you?" And real Barry snaps back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. And he says, "You have to kill us."
Yeah. So we wanted to save him, but there was not a way. There was no snapping them out of mind control.
Yeah.
I know some people were like, "Oh, but Batman, Batman should have been immune to it because he's immune to Scarecrow's fear toxin." Like, that's not the same thing in the slightest. He had his DNA altered
by an alien. Listen, Batman likes prep time, and he's good at preparing for shit. He can only do so much.
And the whole point is he's gotten some character growth off screen. Like, he trusts people now. When Superman was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go and talk to Brainiac," he trusted Superman that it would be okay.
Now, all that is in the codex, so if you want more of like the pre-game story, you have to listen to it. But it's also, if you don't care, you don't have to sit through cutscenes.
It's not that big a deal. I think it's fine. I honestly don't think it was like Harley Quinn was too preachy. I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh no, she was just nagging him," even though he always tried to help her. First of all, did we play different games? Because he barely tried to help her.
Yeah.
Every time she was on screen, he usually threw her.
Well, it was funny.
It's just,
That's my
I think his
defense.
death was handled fine.
It was funny.
I don't think it was mean-spirited. Like, there's a silent moment after killing him.
Yeah. And after the credits, there's a whole post-credit scene of just talking about Batman and giving respect to Kevin Conroy. And if Batman's death was so awful, why would Kevin Conroy still do it? You know, he was given the script, he recorded the lines, he knew how Batman died.
And I've seen somebody like, yeah, why would he turn down money? If he truly cared about the character, and I know he did, he would turn down money if it meant that they were going to disrespect his character.
Hell, there's multiple clips of him talking at Comic-Con about how just Warner Brothers wanted to prevent him from going to Comic-Con because he accidentally leaked a little bit of information, right? And they threatened to not work with him again. And his response was, "But I love this character so much."
So, this goes for anyone that's using Kevin Conroy or Arkham Batman's death date on the game. I just don't think it's valid.
No, it's just
I'm not to be
it's
upset that he's dead, but it's
not
absolutely
valid
horseshit.
criticism.
Kevin Conroy was very happy to do this. Matter of fact, funny enough, I think Tara Strong has even defended her role as Harley Quinn in this game, so I think the voice actors care about this game.
Yeah. Y'all just want to hate on something. Hate something worth hating. But
Big, put that in quotes.
yeah, it'll be subtitles. Put that on my tombstone.
Hate something worth hating. Huge.
Yeah, so we talked about the story. So, the end game?
Yep. Endgame.
Now, this is where you step in, because, I mean,
Yeah, this is...
I've been busy with other, like, and this is no way slander to you, I just have a lot of shit going on right now, so I haven't had time to play really any video games.
You're good. So, you know, we had a lot of good things to say about the gameplay. We enjoyed it. We've had a lot of good things to say about the story. We enjoyed it. We've had our fair share of complaints. Endgame. Yeah. I get the complaint. I am enjoying Endgame so far, but it really is, I think, just 5 different missions. You start out with the 3, which you can see right now if you click on the map. All the little yellow objectives. You go through them. You level up the mastery each time you do them. It's pretty straightforward. Eventually you unlock a 4th mission, which is a time-based one, where you get more time and better loot. Let me think about how to phrase this, because I haven't played that much of it. Okay, so you're dropped into like an open world situation. Very Earth 2 looking area. You get 3 minutes.
3
Your goal
minutes of
is-
playtime! Sorry. Wrong
Your
universe.
goal is just to survive for as long as you can by adding time by killing enemies. You kill like a grunt, that's like an extra 2 seconds. The stronger the enemy, the more time you get. The longer you stay, the better loot you get. It's very straightforward wave type thing. Kinda wish it was closer to wave type mode. Rounds end somehow. They don't really tell you when the round ends. They just kind of, like, you kill a certain enemy, it's like mastery has increased. So it gets slightly harder. Starts on easy, level up each time. That's the 4th mission, in a nutshell. The 5th one, if I'm remembering correctly, is the final end game mission, and it's just the Brainiac fight again. That's it. And I mean, it is exactly the same, and it was super disappointing because, like, oh, wait, maybe it's a different type of brain. Nope, still the Flash. And I was like, oh no. So I get the complaint of Endgame. It is genuinely 5 different missions that you have to just grind to get stuff. The loot is, of course, Infamy, which I think is the best. What's the ranking for gear? It's common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, and then I think Notorious and Infamy are the best.
I mean, you're kind of standard, like,
Yeah.
loot rarity stuff.
I will say the Infamy gear that you get is super cool. It's like Bane type gear. The first set from the first, like, 10 Masteries, I think, is Bane's Wrath, which gives you... Is Bane's Wrath? Why am I asking you? I think it's Bane's Rage. And it increases grenade damage when you get the full set. The next one is Bane's Wrath. I think it just increases overall damage. And then I don't know what the third one is, but I haven't got there yet. But that's pretty much it. Endgame is kinda lackluster right now. You can still play through it. It's still fun because the gameplay is fun, but it is repetitive. Admittedly, not even to try to defend it. It's repetitive. The 3 mission types that you start with are Protect Poison Ivy.
Protect
What's her
Poison
name?
Ivy.
Yep, her plants.
What's her name? Wanda? Glenda? Chartreuse?
Daphne.
Daphne.
Wanda, Glenda, and Chartreuse.
I think Chartreuse is a color.
It is. Not that you know her.
Listen, you know what? Fuck it. I'll look up the color code for Chartreuse, and I'll write the word out and put it in that color on screen right now.
They don't have Chartreuse.
Wow, isn't that a lovely shade of... I'm gonna bet it's like a purple.
I think it's reddish. I don't know.
Here, you keep going about Endgame. I'm gonna Google that right now.
But there's Protect Poison Ivy's plants. There's the Battery Assault one, which is where you have to like destroy these little crystals and then take out the main thing they're connected to. That one I actually enjoy. But my favorite one is, of course, the one where you're just
It's like a lime green.
It's green?
Yeah, it's like a lime green.
Why am I... Wait, if it's green, hold up. Let me Google it to see what it is. No offense.
Dude, it said light green. Okay?
I know, I just want to be... I just want to be sure, because, you know...
Audience, I am not that colorblind, okay? I didn't know
It's like a Mountain Dew.
I didn't know I was mildly colorblind until my early 20s.
Multiverses.
That's how we found out was Multiverses, that game. That and Apex Legends.
Funniest shit I've ever seen.
But anyway, that's not the point of this video.
But yeah, the main thing you'll be doing are those first 3 missions. Protect Ivy's plants, destroy batteries, survive waves. And then, you know, the 4th one you'll be doing every once in a while, which is just that time survival. It's fine. There's not a lot to do. They are planning to add more, and yeah, which I guess will bring me to my next point, because honestly I don't think I really need to touch on Endgame that much. It's things that you've seen before, just you can do them at harder difficulties that slowly increase. You have a mastery rank, you get better loot the higher the difficulty. It's straightforward.
But I do understand where people, do say it's like, again, I haven't played it personally, it's all just from what I've heard, and I trust Andy's opinion over anyone else's on the internet. It's a lot of grinding for loot, but then that's it. There's no, there's no raid boss. It's all cock, no cum.
Technically, the only boss is, again, Brainiac, but it's like, eh. The weirdest thing, I think you and I can both agree on, is not reusing the rest of the bosses.
Yeah.
Which brings me to our next point, future content. I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the way. We're getting more Brainiac in the future. The next ones that have been shown are Green Lantern and Superman. My worry is that's going to be it. They're just going to reuse the Justice League and drip feed us the same boss fights we've already done with slight changes.
But with a purple coat of paint on it, baby.
That's what I'm worried about. It's just gonna be same boss fight, but purple, and also there's little grunts in between, which could be fun if it's what it dropped with. I don't want to wait several months to get the same boss fight.
They're just a silly little guy. Yeah, so
Um,
it is a looter shooter game, but then there's nothing to do with it. Once you have all your pieces together, you're, it's. I will compare it to Borderlands 2 here in that sense, and for full clarity, Borderlands 2 is my favorite game ever. I put an unhealthy amount of time in that game, right? So, even base game, there was still Terramorphous. There was a new boss for the end game. Sure, you want to say Brainiac's a new boss because it's, the Flash fight, but there's little guys. Like I'd say calling that a new boss fight is a little bit of a stretch, but
disingenuous.
the
Nah.
this game is missing one of the core values of a looter shooter, and that is the end game.
Now, with that said, there is something interesting. If you click the back button and go over to the Nexus and then click down on the control pad, you'll see the Brainiac kill list. No big deal, but you realize even if each Justice League member takes up 2 Brainiacs, there's too many Brainiacs. There were 4 Justice League members we killed. We've already gone through 1. So maybe they'll switch it up and there'll be something we don't expect. Maybe they'll start doing what they should have done to begin with, which is mixing them. You'll have Brainiac switch mid-fight.
Yeah, maybe with the upcoming Joker DLC, there'll be a new Brainiac fight.
So, I know next up is Superman and Green Lantern. I'm not holding my breath for those to be too different. I'm expecting, again, just a Superman and Green Lantern fight reskin. But the future is what really defines whether this game is worth $70. I enjoy it. I'm getting my money's worth. But I fully understand people not wanting to pay $70 for this type of game.
Yeah. Honestly, maybe this is more of a $40 game? Maybe?
Yeah, that's why 40, maybe 50, but definitely 40. If it goes on sale, highly recommend. If you have friends, highly recommend regardless, just because as anyone can usually, with most games, even the worst games, for the most part, friends can make it a great experience.
Yeah. And something we haven't mentioned, this game and the beta launched with Crossplay. I'm on PlayStation, and Andy's on Xbox.
Sweet. And performance has been fine, and I'm on the Series S, so
And I'm on the haven't been announced yet PS5 Pro. No, I'm not.
Scalper, you got it early.
Dude, my uncle works. My uncle is Sony. Okay, it's just.
His uncle is Hiroshima.
What?
I don't know.
My uncle is a whole city?
The entire city of Nagasaki and then Hiroshima.
Fun fact, if anyone was curious, I don't even have an uncle.
But I think the game's fun. I definitely think it's getting overhated right now. There's been a hate campaign for this game since the day it was shown.
There's been a hate boner for this game.
And I know people are denying it or oh yeah, it deserves it. No, because it's fine. It's fun. Is it gold standard, absolute trendsetter, best game ever? No, it's not a genre-defining game, but it's a fun game.
Yeah, I think this game fits well in the looter shooter genre, but it is still missing just those few little pieces.
And will it get better? That's up to Rocksteady. Can they make content worthwhile? That is the question.
Yeah. And, we're not saying this is a good game because of the DLC we might get. No, we're strictly talking, what we played. We enjoyed it.
The game is fun for what it already is.
I got my money's worth of fun for it.
Same here, and I fully intend to continue getting my money's worth.
And that's despite the bugs that I've had. Like, I pre-ordered on PlayStation. I was supposed to get 2 additional sets of costumes. Never got them. Like, I was supposed to get the classic skin and something called like the Rogue's outfit. Never got it. Right. Still trying to fix that. I haven't contacted support. But
He's
look,
been.
I got shit going on. Okay. I'm not gonna tell y'all what I do outside of here because that's my business. But
It's getting mad pull.
well, they know one is trying to get shoulders like Superman.
That's
So-
true.
So if there's ever a long break between videos, just know it's because of that.
Those little femboys on your shoulder. What the hell am I saying?
Femboys
Yeah.
on my shoulders. All right, that happened. This
I like that you're not denying it.
This has been a weird review.
This has been a very strange review.
Yeah, this shit's over an hour long, and there's not anything to cut out. This is just we just been raw dogging this. We didn't have a script.
Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe we should have been more
Like-
professional, but
Like we had shit to say, and we ain't wiping.
and I hate that. He lets it crust.
Yeah. Comment section. Do you wipe or let it crust? Did you hear that?
You guys are second to take that over.
Everyone just exited the video. We can now say whatever we want.
Oh, thank God. I've been holding the slur in all day.
I'm trying to think. Any other bugs? Anything else we need to
Let me
mention?
go look at the list real quick. I know there was something else I want to cover, but there it is. Solo versus with friends. I can tell you guys, it's fun on your own too. I will say, even though it's fun on your own, I wouldn't buy it for $70 on my own. If I had a friend, yeah, I would drop $70 for this. But
If
on
you
your
had
own,
a
it's
friend, you
still
would
fun.
drop $7. You did. I'm right here.
My point exactly. Like it's still super fun, but get yourself some friends. It's a co-op game first and foremost. It's not a single player game. It is a co-op game.
Yeah.
Boss fights we covered. Price
Oh,
we covered. Rhythm mission.
you know, this goes back to the price, microtransactions. People have been talking. I keep saying there's predatory microtransactions.
Funny.
You want to see what the store is? It's costumes. And whatever a TFX package. Oh, look, more costumes. These are the classic skins I was supposed to get, right? That's it. It's just costumes. So
Costumes and emotes.
this whole predatory microtransactions. What are you on, mate? Like, look at that. Captain Boomerang with a football. If you want that emote, it's 500 doubloons, so that's $5. And if you think that's a valid price to you, that's fine. Do I care about emotes? No. Now hold on, is Harley about to land a kickflip? All right, I'm dropping $5 on it.
you folded so fast.
I didn't know she's fresh with it.
I will say I think the costumes are a little bit overpriced, but to be fair, I'm pretty sure they come with a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's the bundles. They're $20 pretty much. Expensive? Yeah, a little too much, but again, they can fix that if they want
But
to. They
also,
can make
what
it work.
isn't? What game doesn't have expensive cosmetics? Now, I'm not defending that price. I'm just saying, if you're gonna give Suicide Squad shit for it, you have to give everyone else shit for it too. And maybe you do. I'm not saying you don't. But there's just
Big
been a
ups
lot
to
of
you.
hate towards this game because of the price of the costumes, but that exists everywhere. So be angry at everyone.
the final thing I wanted to cover, future DLC. Again, the very make it or break it thing of whether this game survives. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I want this game to survive. Really, I do. But with the hate boner the internet has for it, I don't think it will, unfortunately. That said, it's guaranteed to have 4 seasons. And for those curious, I'm going to tell you who the 4 DLC characters are. In order. First up, you got Joker. We all knew this. They showed us that. We all should know this. They showed us that. After that, it's Victoria Freeze. It is a female version of Mr. Freeze. Why did they make her or him female? 2 reasons. 1, Mr. Freeze is dead. 2, they wanted to use the Elseworld stuff. So that's their excuse. They wanted characters from different dimensions.
The Elseworlds are the alternate realities, like where the very frail Lex Luthor came from, and where this Joker is coming from. Yes. Alternate realities.
So, first 2 Elseworlds characters. Now, the second 2, I'm pretty sure, are from the same planet. Dimension. Whatever you want to call it. Third character is Lawless. Not really well-known character at all from the comics. Pretty much an original character. They are using nope. What's his name? Nope, not calling him that. Deadshot, his daughter.
What were you gonna call him?
Don't worry about it.
Alright, you'll tell me off camera, I guess.
It sounds so bad that I won't say it, but it wasn't anything offensive. It was something not offensive either.
Anyway.
I'll explain it later. Lex Luthor's... God bless it, I can't... Floyd freaking Lawton, his daughter. She uses gravity tech to get around. Pretty sure she's like a vigilante type. Less evil, more just do her own thing. Robin Hood. 4th character, Deathstroke. Who looks like he's going to use some kind of Attack on Titan-esque way of getting around? I don't know. I think it's something shooting from his waist. I don't know. So first is Joker. He uses bombs and parachutes.
Are you the prey?
Umbrella.
Are you the hunter? Hearing your footsteps roll like thunder. Sorry, it's a
Second
running
is
bit
Mrs.
on the
Freeze.
channel.
She's going to use ice passing around. 3rd, Lawless. Gravity tech. 4th, Deathstroke. Unknown. That's it. Those are the 4 characters. In that order. Will they have more? One can hope, but 4 seasons are the ones guaranteed. I will tell you guys this, according to a reliable guy who leaks stuff, he believes that if they get past 5 seasons, there is another villain planned after Brainiac. So, I don't know who the villain is. I don't think he does either. It's just, that's when they plan to stop the Brainiac stuff. So, who knows? Maybe if we stop hating on the game and actually give it a chance, maybe we'll get to see something cooler. Who knows? Who knows? But for now, I know they're planning on more post-launch stuff, endgame stuff. Season 1. Again, very make it or break it. It's up to Rocksteady now. Can they bring players back? Will people give this game a chance? We enjoyed
Rocksteady, yeah, Rocksteady can do whatever they want. It's up to just all the people who just shit on it immediately to... I don't know.
Stop being cucks?
Yeah.
I'll say this. Everyone I've seen hate on it, every time I've seen them actually play the game, they can crap on all they want, but you can tell they had at least a little bit of fun. Like, their usual complaints like, oh, it just gets repetitive. Yeah, that's fine, but you gotta admit the gameplay was fun for a minute, at least.
Yeah. If you want to say, yeah, I had fun, but not $70 fun. Valid.
That's fair. That's, again, criticism is fine. It's the blind hatred that's annoying. We have our fair share of criticism, but we're not here to just blindly hate on the game. We enjoyed it. It was fun. Was it perfect? No, but it was fun.
Will I come back for all the DLCs? Yes.
Yes. Like,
will we record the DLCs? I don't know.
Maybe. But we'll be back at least to play it on our own time. And
yeah.
Like, whether this game fails or succeeds, it's fun. It is fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to keep myself calm if I'm gonna level with you guys real quick. I was gonna do a whole bit just crapping on Arkham fans. I say this as a person who enjoyed the Arkham games, but God, you guys are whiny.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely.
I played those games too.
It's... That's what happens, I guess. People that are passionate tend to be a little over-dramatic when something changes.
And they're looking at nostalgia. The first game came out in '09. Like,
The amount of people I've heard praise the boss fights of the Arkham games are like, all you did was like use the same 2 attacks. They all pretty much were the exact same. It just each their own.
yeah.
Arkham games are fun. This game's fun. Are they the same? Absolutely not. But they're both fun. Sue me.
So, I mean, I don't have anything else to say besides like general closing remarks. What about you?
No, I think that's pretty much it. We had some criticism, but we enjoyed the game overall.
So, I had fun with it. I'm standing at a ledge if you want to get to my left.
Oh, my way.
All the dramatic shit.
Right. Gonna end the way you started. Hold up. While you're talking, go ahead.
What, dress the way or? Oh yeah. Yeah, you never wore that outfit after like the first episode. Hey, you really are ending it the way it started.
Shut up.
But look, we had fun with this game, and we don't hate it. We're gonna keep playing it, and we're satisfied with our purchase. Are there problems with it? Yes, that's everywhere. Do we look past them because we had fun? Yes. I'll give you a high five. Give me that stank hand. But that's, yeah, I guess pretty much it. If this game looks fun to you, if it looks interesting, and you can afford it, buy it. Wait for a sale if you want to. But if you're going to skip the game because someone like IGN or Moist Critical said it was bad, that's on you. Don't let someone else decide your feelings. Hate something worth hating. See, I brought it back.
He did it again. He just keeps doing it.
Play the game first, then decide how you feel.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that about covers everything.
Yeah.
Our first post-op nasty inspection.
And I guess we're not doing a number score for this, because those are kind of... I feel like they're kind of meaningless.
Yeah, honestly.
Because, like, if I gave this a number out of 10, you all don't know what I think a 10 is.
Bro, you could think a 10 is Overwatch 2. Like,
Fuck
that would make the
Overwatch
entire...
2. Oh my god. I would commit a hate crime if this game turned into Overwatch 2. I would be impressed, curious how they did it, then I would commit a hate crime.
Oh, also, spoiler, the Justice League comes back later. That's all I have to say on that, though.
Should we fly out into the sunset? Or sun?
I'd say so.
Shit, it's almost noon.
Where's the sun?
Towards the tentacle.
Oh.
Yeah, we're flying towards hentai. Anyway, so
I'm gone.
We're gonna go have fun with this game. Thanks for joining us for our first ever Team Nasty post-op nasty inspection.
Big ups.
Big ups.
Cue the outro.
Banging.
Get it. Team Nasty splash screen. Something.
And the credits! Sorry, I had to take my headset off to put on a hat. It was mashing down my hair, and I wanted it to just be a little softer, so I put my hood up. But then the earphone thing, it couldn't cup around my ears.
What the what? I think you just gave me a stroke.
Ow!
Let's get this. Words are failing me. Let's get this review underway.
Post credits.
What is wrong with you?
What was I doing? That was weird.
That whatever that voice was. What is wrong with you?
Little stupid anime kid voice.
I hate you. I just hate you.